Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to understand a homeopathic remedy which has been the greatest savior of all people in these times of COVID-19 by acting as a prophylactic or a preventive medicine. Can you guys guess the remedy? Yes guys, you are all right. The remedy is Arsenicum album. So guys, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel and help us to reach our goal of 850 subscribers with this video. And also do not forget to press the bell icon as you will never miss our content by getting the notifications of our video. So without wasting much more time, let's begin. Arsenicum album is a remedy which belongs to the mineral kingdom and to the row 4 and column 15 of the periodic table. The main theme of row 4 is of security, especially in the terms of money, finances, relationship, house, jobs, etc. And the main theme of column 15 is of being vulnerable or insecure, and there is a strong desire for support to maintain the security. And thus the central feeling of Arsenicum album is of great fear and insecurity to maintain the things which provide security to him. Now control is another thing or a quality without which an Arsenicum album patient just cannot imagine his life. They just have to be in control of every situation that they are in, just to avoid the feeling insecurity. So this feeling of loss of control is experienced by most of the people living in this pandemic. Everything in this pandemic is not just in one's control, which makes everyone anxious, and this is one of the probable important reason for selecting this remedy for preventive one on the mental level. So whenever an Arsenicum person loses his control, he gets extremely anxious, which is one of the most important symptom of Arsenicum individuals. Though arsenic being a very important remedy for anxiety, the emotional and the mental threshold of arsenic is usually quite high, and they do not feel anxious until they are hit by 2 or 3 tragic blows in their life. And when the remedy Arsenicum album becomes anxious, it is usually very deep and accompanied with a complete nervous breakdown. They then start getting anxious about various factors like poverty, etc., or illness or death, etc. These people have a characteristic fear and anxiety about cancer, and even a smallest symptom in them, they link it to cancer and get anxious. In these anxious situations, they become extremely restless, and thus we see arsenic in the rubric anguish driving from place to place with restlessness. And when in this stage, it becomes extremely difficult to get them out of this anxiety, as they develop despair about their situation and they just don't have any hope left to recover. Now we all know that Arsenicum individuals are extremely fastidious. But have you ever wondered why is arsenic fastidious? So the answer to this question takes us back again to the core desire of arsenic, that is want of control and extreme insecurity. Any situation which makes him feel out of control is extremely difficult for them, and so they like to be in control and order of every situation, which makes them extremely fastidious. Now here let's try and differentiate arsenic and natrum mur and nux vomica, which all of them are fastidious. So now in a situation where natrum mur fails to be fastidious or perfectionist at his work, then the reaction to this is always of a self-guilt and self-criticism, which is not seen in Arsenicum individuals. While in the cases of nux vomica, they tend to be fastidious in order to get that desired success and to meet those high ambitions, while the motive behind the arsenic's anxiety is to just avoid the anxiety and feeling of insecurity. And so because of such high degree of fastidiousness, arsenicism is a top remedy for OCD. Now the avaricious nature is another important quality of Arsenicum album. This too comes from the insecurity of arsenic alb. These people keep a tight hold on their money and do not spend it very easily. This explains why arsenic is seen in very few rubrics like delusion thieves are around his house and below the bed of the person, and also delusion of thieves at night. So this avaricious nature makes them extremely selfish, and they always tend to keep their interests in front of others, and also the arsenic individuals are extremely practical and give more importance to materialistic things rather than to the emotional aspects, unlike natrum mur. So now that we have understood the mental personality of Arsenicum album, let's try and understand the different spheres of action of arsenic alb along with its action on all these spheres of actions. The first important sphere of action of arsenic is respiratory system, the second is GI tract, and the third is CVS, and that is cardiovascular system and blood. So first, let's have a look at the action of arsenic alb in the cases of respiratory system. Arsenic alb is a remedy which acts really well in the cases of asthma, emphysema, pulmonary edema, etc. All the respiratory complaints are caused by cold things and cold food, etc. The patient feels extremely suffocated and worried about his health with a great anguish. The patient is unable to lie down because of the fear of suffocation, and the patient has to either sit down or has to bend forward and has to abduct his arms for relief. In the cases of pulmonary edema, etc., we see that the patient experiences wheezing respiration with a cough and frothy expectoration. In arsenic alb, we usually see that the upper one-third of the lung is usually affected, and the symptoms of arsenic alb are aggravated by cold drinks, cold food, etc. The sputum in the cases of arsenic alb is very scanty, frothy, offensive, and dark. There is general aggravation of 12 to 2 am or pm and better by heat. The next we will try to understand the action of Arsenicum album on GI tract. Arsalb acts on the gastrointestinal mucous membranes and causes a condition similar to Asiatic cholera. So the complaints of GI tract are also caused by eating some cold food or after having cold drinks or even after having some decayed food or sour beer, etc. The patient experiences dark, watery, offensive stools with intense vomiting and profound debility. There is great burning in the anus and the rectum. Arsenicum album is also a very good remedy for food poisoning, where the patient experiences severe nausea and vomiting of the entire food and water as soon as it reaches the stomach because of the severe irritation and inflammation of these mucous membranes. There is also an intense burning with the heat in the pit of the stomach, and there is aggravation from cold food and aggravation at night, and the patient feels better only by warm food. And now at the end, let's have a quick look at the action of arsenic on cardiovascular system and the blood. So arsenic alb acts on the blood and disorganizes it, causing the pernicious anemia, and thus arsenicum album is a great remedy for pernicious anemia. Now Dr. Herring has said that arsenic has a great action in cases of angina pectoris with sudden tightness of heart and agonizing pain, and it is aggravation in the night. The Arsenicum album is also an excellent remedy for varicose veins and varicose ulcers where there is great burning which is better by warmth. So finally, let's have a look at few confirmatory symptoms of Arsenicum album. The first important confirmatory symptom of arsenic alb is extreme weakness. This is the most important keynote of Arsenicum album, where the patient is mentally restless but physically too weak. The next is all discharges of Arsenicum album are extremely offensive, scanty, putrid, and have a cadaverous odor. The patient cannot bear the smell and sight of cooking food, just like the other remedies like sepia, colchicum, stannum met, etc. In all the complaints of Arsenicum album, the patient has a characteristic burning sensation, and thus it is a part of Nash's trio of burning remedies. So guys, in this video we have tried to understand the different aspects of an arsenic individual and also the action of arsenic alb as a remedy on the different spheres of action. So if you have any comments or any feedback or any query or any doubts, please do let us know in the comment section below, and also share this video as much as possible, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel, and also hit the bell icon to get notified about our future content.